name is Glenn Provo. I went to UNH for theater.
My name is Tobin Moss. I attended Shenandoah Conservatory for acting. What attracted me to the project? I always wanted to play a title character in a show, so there's that. And it was going to be a huge challenge, but probably one of the most worthwhile ones I could take on.
My favorite play in the world is actually Waiting for Godot, and I did my final thesis comparing Hamlet, Waiting for Godot, and this play, which draws a lot from both. And so when I got offered the role, I was ecstatic because there's very few plays I would like to do more than this one. So I was going for this one from the very beginning, and I'm very glad I got it.
In terms of pre-rehearsal preparation, I did actually not very much. I thought it was important to be clueless going into it, character work-wise, and so obviously read the play over and over again to get a sense of the character, but ignored Hamlet actually entirely until rehearsal started, so that going into that I would have no idea what was happening.
Yeah. I still haven't read Hamlet. I mean, not recently. But in terms of pre-rehearsal, I just read through to try and make some sense of what Guildenstern was talking about, because there's a lot of recurring themes, and I wanted to see what makes this guy tick as much as I could, given that there's so little, but beyond that, I didn't do much. I like to go in very blank slate, so the director can mold you, and then play off of that. Well, for me, there's a couple of really big challenges. The first is that I have absolutely no props, no set to kind of motivate this or that move, and so it's very raw. There's no tricks of the trade that you can rely on. It's just you, and you're out there, and that's all you got. I'm pretty sure this goes for both of us, but definitely the lines, just because they're so similar, and yet they have to come boom, 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 boom. And at the same time, you can't just say boom, 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 boom. You have to say boom, 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 boom. Because it's 1 second you're here, then it's this, and then, oh, I thought you said that, and it just gets crazy. So it's hard to switch gears so completely, so instantaneously, so often. It's
balancing the comedy, because this is a comedy at its core, but also has some really dramatic, intense moments, and you have to lead them there very naturally, and then also be able to just bounce back, boom, 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 and go from one to the other, sometimes with the ring of a bell. Being in both shows, I think, was made a lot easier for us by, or for me at least, I won't speak for you, by the nature of the project, the fact that they're very interspersed together, and that it was a very conscious choice on both you and CJ's part to have the worlds be interconnected. So when the Hamlet scenes happen in RNG, we feel very lost because where did all these other people come from? And so when we're in Hamlet and we have to come on stage, we still feel very lost because where did we just come from?
It's odd doing Hamlet in that there's no counterbalance to that, but it's consistent. So it's out of place, but that's the characters feeling out of place, so it works, for me at least.
I think we give each other a lot to work off. You said that we're very similar, which is true, which actually I think has made this harder in a way because we have to create, as similar as they are, two very different characters, and coming from personalities that are so similar. It's been strange.
I kind of like the moments where Guildenstern gets to relax. It's so rare because he's constantly trying to figure things out. It's so rare that he gets to go, it's just nice because it shows such a good contrast. So often, a character or a play, you don't get enough to show this or that, and it's nice to see that aspect of him because he's so juiced up all the time. It's nice for him to let go for once or twice, and it also kind of endears you to the character because it's like, oh, finally, he's not worrying about something.
The drama for me is we talked about how this is a comedy with a lot of drama in it, and I am not a dramatic, I'm a melodramatic person in real life, but drama is not really where I make my money. Comedy, I understand, is what I do best. And so, finding those moments, but it's a lot easier because the comedy comes from sincerity, as it should, and so it's not that big a stretch, I guess, to go from one to the other, but
it's not so much a moment or a scene, but the hardest part of this rehearsal process for me was not to force the comedy. A lot of the comedy comes from the fact that Guildenstern is taking it so seriously, and then he undercuts me. It's kind of straight man, comic relief, classic comedy trope right there, but for me, I've done a lot of comedy work, and usually I'm very like, boom, boom, I'm gonna do everything to get a laugh. And for this, I kind of had to pull it back. No, stay in the character. This is very serious. Remember, he's actually trying to figure this out, rather than just being like, whoa, I'm gonna wave my arms around and be funny.
Yeah.
Also, catching the coins is very difficult. So I'm gonna direct address for a second. When you come see the show, and I hope you do, if we don't catch all the coins, we tried our hardest.